You were born vegan. Yes, it's true. You. And in fact, all of us. When we came out of our mother's womb, it didn't occur to us to go and, search out a cow that we could go underneath to drink from. It didn't occur to us to go and drink from a dog either, or a cat, or an elephant, or anyone else. It did occur to us in our first thoughts, where's my mommy? And where is her boob? Because her milk is vegan, because she gives it to you voluntarily. No animals are harmed. So that's as simple as that. So now you know. You were born vegan. And you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, no, not me, because I wasn't born wanting to eat vegetables or fruits or whatever. But it's not about that. Because being vegan is about the animals. And when you were born, it never occurred to you that you want to hurt animals or steal from them or exploit them. At about the age of 6 months or about a year, when your parents start to give you food, it doesn't occur to you what they're giving you. You don't know that they're shoving dead animals down your throat. It's a form of violation. They're putting something into your body that you are not consenting to. If you could go back in time, well, let's not talk about you. Let's talk about me. If I could go back in time and let's say I had the verbal skills to talk, and my mom is for the first time giving me a little bit of sausage or hamburger meat or whatever, and she says to me, would you like to have this product here that comes from me hurting a cow, a pig, a chicken, a lamb, a turkey, a rabbit, or whatever animal that my mom was going to give me? Or would you like to have these items, this huge amount of things to choose from, all the vegan foods in the store, which doesn't involve hurting animals? I know, deep in my heart, that I would have said, I don't want to hurt animals. I just don't. Now, it's so interesting how people don't understand this concept, but if you just tap into it and you really think back to the first animals that you saw, was your first thought that you're going to go and kill that raccoon that you saw, or that squirrel, or that bird? Or were you more just amazed and just watching, just so curious, wanting to get closer to the animals because you just wanted to pet them, or just have a bird land on your finger? Like, didn't you ever think that in your life when you saw a bird? Didn't you think, wouldn't it be so cool if I could just put my finger out like that and the bird would land on it? And there are some videos on TikTok, for example, or all different places where people train these birds to do that, because they give them seeds over and over again, and they come from far, and they gain the human's trust. We never wanted to hurt animals. You never did. I never did either. And so we can change and go back to our roots and become the vegans we were meant to be. We are born vegan in the same way that we are born with the skin color that we have. Some people are born black, some people are born white, but we are all born vegan. It's in us. It's in our nature. We are just filled with compassion for animals, unless you are a tiny minority of people who are psychopaths. And those are not the people I'm addressing right now. You guys can't be helped. You need serious psychological help, and even that, probably you need just to be incarcerated, put away somewhere, or in a mental facility, because you actually get pleasure from hurting animals. But the vast majority of the rest of you who have cats in your house, or a dog in your house, you know that animals feel pain. You know that they are sentient. You know that they can see, hear, feel. You know that they can feel love and fear and pain, right? You know it. That's why we love animals so much. So how does it make sense to you in your head that you'll be kind to some animals and then cruel to others? That you'll be kind to some animals and pay people to hurt others 3 times a day? Whether you eat meat or not, you're still paying into it if you're not vegan by eating other things, like the eggs that come from the cycle of violence that chickens have to live through. Every time that you eat eggs, you are paying somebody to look at the gender of a little newborn chick and decide if this one's going to live or die. And if it's a newborn baby boy, they get put into a giant blender, they slide down this shaft, and they're sliced into 1,000,000 pieces just because they're born as boys. That's not what you wanted. That's not what you ever wanted. Don't you remember? Don't you remember who you were? I know you don't remember what happened when you were little. That's why it's not your fault. But you feel in your heart, you know in your heart you don't want to hurt animals. Imagine if a little lamb was in front of you, which is the same as a little white dog. Would you be able to say, you belong to me, your body belongs to me, and I'm taking a knife and I'm slitting your throat? Would you be able to do it? I couldn't. And when this finally dawned on me, and I realized that I couldn't be part of these cycles of horrific treatment towards these innocent animals, I first became vegetarian and I thought I was doing good. I didn't realize what was happening in the dairy industry. When your parents start giving you cheese for the first time and you're like 1 or 2, they give you a little cube of cheese, you're not aware that this also comes from so much sadness and torture and violence. So you can't say no to it when you're younger. But guess what? If you're a kid watching this right now, and this is the first time that you hear about all this, and you were eating all of these things and you didn't know, the good news is you're still vegan. Yes, even though you consume these products, and let me explain to you why. Because veganism is about the animals. It's about ending their exploitation. If you didn't know what you were participating in, it's not your fault. They put these things into you without you being aware. But now you know that in the dairy industry, they sexually assault the males. They steal their sperm. I know you don't want to steal. They force it into a female. I know you don't want to sexually exploit anyone. They remove her baby. I know you are against kidnapping. They slit the baby's throat. I know you are against hurting innocent baby cows. I know you don't want to turn them into leather shoes and a leather jacket. I know it's not what you want. So return to your roots. Be vegan again. If you need help, go to something called challenge22.com. Challenge22.com. They give you a mentor there. It's 22 days of them coaching you and telling you, hey, eat this and here's the reason, and you learn everything that you need to know. They will hold your hand through the process. You can be vegan again. If you don't believe what I'm telling you, go and watch the important documentary called watchdominion.com. Watchdominion.com. Watch it and educate yourself. It's absolutely essential that you know what's going on. I know you think you know what's going on, but you don't. You won't know unless you watch the documentary. And I cannot show you the footage here because these videos, every time I show the least little thing, it's demonetized. It's so sad that we can't tell the truth. And yet all these other places, all of these fast food restaurants and all these horrific places that abuse animals show you the dead bodies all day long. And in the groceries you walk in, there's no trigger warnings when you see all these dead bodies everywhere. We need a vegan world, and you can help us get there. There are athletes in the Olympics. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics has clearly stated you can be vegan at any stage of development. Newborns are vegan. You can remain vegan when you are a toddler, a kid, a teenager, an adult, a grandparent, a lactating mother, a pregnant mother. You can be vegan. Just get your head screwed on back right. Okay, it wasn't your fault. You never wanted to hurt animals, and now you know the truth. So the good news is, let's do this. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. Do you see the button down there? Press the notification bell and help me get these animals out of hell. Coming up on screen are going to be a bunch of other videos. Have a look at them. Be curious. Look around my site. There are over 1,000 videos for you to just look at. Make a bunch of popcorn with vegan butter and watch them all. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Thanks for doing your best. I really appreciate it.